Have you ever asked yourself, does God really exist? Not because you want to reject him, but because you want to understand him, to seek him not just with blind belief, but with reason. Today, we explore a deep question. Can we prove the existence of Allah through reasoning, or do we need revelation? Let's journey through the philosophy of Islam, where the mind and the message of God are not at war, they're allies. From the moment we open our eyes to this world, we start asking questions. Where did I come from? Why am I here? What happens after I die? These questions aren't trivial. They are part of our very fitra, our natural disposition. The Qur'an acknowledges this inner drive. Do they not reflect within themselves? Allah created the heavens and the earth and everything between them for a purpose and an appointed time. Surah Ar-Rum, Surah 30, verse 8. Islam doesn't ask us to switch off our minds. It invites us to reflect, to question, to reason. Because reason is a bridge to revelation, not a barrier. The great Islamic philosophers, like Ibn Sina and Al-Ghazali, argued that reason alone can lead you to believe in a necessary, eternal being. A first cause that is uncaused. A designer behind the design. In simple terms, everything we see had a beginning. Everything that begins needs a cause. The chain of causes cannot go on forever. Therefore, there must be a first cause, independent, timeless, powerful. The Qur'an speaks this language of logic too. Were they created by nothing? Or were they themselves the creators? Or did they create the heavens and the earth? Rather, they are not certain. Surah At-Tur, Surah 52, verse 35 to 36. This is a rational challenge. If you deny God, then explain. Where did everything come from? Even atheist philosophers struggle with this, because denying a creator doesn't erase the need for an explanation. It just shifts the problem somewhere else. But here's the paradox. Reason can point you to Allah, but it can't tell you who Allah is. You may conclude there's a creator, but does he see you? Does he care about your suffering? Did he send guidance? Reason remains silent here. This is where revelation steps in. And it is not for a human being that Allah should speak to him except by revelation, or from behind a veil, or by sending a messenger. Surah Ash-Shura, Surah 42, verse 51. Revelation is Allah's way of introducing himself, not as a distant first cause, but as Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, as Al-Alim, the all-knowing, as the one who created you and guides you. Now here's the question. How do we know that revelation is true? The Qur'an doesn't just ask for faith, it demands reflection. Do they not then reflect on the Qur'an? If it had been from other than Allah, they would have found in it many contradictions. Surah An-Nisa, Surah 4, verse 82. The Qur'an invites scrutiny. Its language, its consistency, its transformative power. These aren't just spiritual elements. They are philosophical arguments. Millions read it, and it awakens something, a clarity, a trembling awareness. It doesn't just answer questions, it changes the questioner. Islam doesn't say, leave your brain at the door. It says, use it to walk to the door of God, then open it with revelation. The prophet Abraham himself, began his journey through reason. When the night covered him, he saw a star and said, "This is my Lord." But when it set, he said, "I do not love those that disappear." Surah Al-An'am, Surah 6, verse 76. He moved from stars to moon to sun, and finally realized, all of these set. But Allah is ever present. He used reason to reject false gods, and revelation to recognize the true one. This is the Quranic model. Reason leads you to the door. Revelation shows you what lies beyond. So can we prove Allah exists? Yes, reason gives us powerful signs. But to know Him, to love Him, to worship Him, we need His words. We need the Qur'an. We will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth. Surah Fussilat, Surah 41, verse 53. In Islam, faith is not blind. It's built on eyes wide open, to the skies, to the soul, and to the speech of God. So can we prove Allah exists? Not like a theory, not like a math problem, because Allah is not a concept to memorize. He is a presence to recognize. In the end, proof doesn't come when you demand it. It comes when you're finally ready to see, and when your heart whispers, "I think I always knew." That's not the end of your search. That's the beginning of your return. If you're someone seeking, keep reasoning, but don't ignore revelation. Because when both walk together, the truth becomes undeniable. This is the path of Islam, not blind faith, not cold reason, but a divine paradox. Subscribe for more deep dives into existence, faith, and the philosophy of Islam. This is Divine Paradox. Until next time, think deep, live consciously.